Just over halfway through Devilman's 5-volume run, you feel a turn tonally. Devilman has been crazy and violent up until this point, but it takes a darker turn almost out of nowhere as we transition out of the so-called Monster of the Week first half of the manga into the overarching apocalyptic plot of the second. I think it all starts with the Gemin stuff. The stuff with Sachiko, bro, that shit's dark. This cute little girl, who's literally in like 7 pages of the manga total, is so lovable and cute so immediately, and then she's instantly devoured by a demon, who then calls Akira to taunt him over the phone, bragging about how delectable she was. Akira, of course, goes to confront the turtle bastard, and for a second you think it was a misdirect, as we see her in distress, but she's still conscious, calling out to Akira, "We aren't killing kids out here, don't be silly." But no. She's a part of this nightmarish limbo purgatory hell shell mask thing, suffering. There's something about her proclaiming to Akira that he can't save her and that she is indeed dead that is deeply disturbing to me. It's a taunt. Akira can hear her voice, he can see her lips moving, he can see her face, but he can't save her. Despite being Devilman, he's powerless. Despite this being entirely unfair and cruel, it's happening. The kidnapped, sassy, lovable little girl isn't getting saved by our protagonist here. In fact, she has a whole monologue about how scared she was when she was attacked and killed, and how painful it was when her body was ripped apart, and how she didn't want to die. Don't worry, in the end, Akira fucks up the turtle prick, rips his shell off, and closes Sachiko's eyes on the now hardened death mask, hopefully letting her rest in peace. This is all still even after the gratification of seeing Gemin get wholly overpowered and ripped apart by Akira, a very somber victory, especially compared to Akira's previous victories over the villains of the week. Silene's was somewhat somber, but in an almost bittersweet way, and there's great relief in Akira skidding through the battle, and beating up those spiders was just pretty sick, bro. The aftermath of Devilman's encounter here is different. This is easily the saddest and most fucked up thing Akira, and in turn the audience, has gone through in the manga so far. And this is apt, considering it's the last villain of the week scenario we will find ourselves in with Devilman, as now we transition into the manga's second half. After that lovable romp, we cut to a Tare scene. Haven't gotten many of those. Where he's out late at night with his bro Susumu, with Sachiko literally only pages in our past, 2 little kids out late at night alone together. Uh-oh. A tone of fearful suspicion simmers immediately. We kill kids now! Uh-oh. Tare is complaining to Susumu about how much his 5-year-old life sucks right now. Akira is freaking him out, telling him that monsters are real and other spooky things in a spooky way, and Miki beats him up sometimes, Lamau. But this Susumu fella, man, he's gonna make everything about himself. He's the type of bloke that always has to one-up you. And in line with this, he explains that his mother recently started beating him and sicking her newly acquired dog on him all the time. What a fucking trauma dumper. Susumu doesn't want to go home tonight because he thinks he'll get killed if he goes home and his father isn't around to see what's going on and protect him. Apparently he's told his father about all this, but he doesn't believe him. And because his father works all the time, he's not around to notice all the sudden changes in the mother's behavior. This is already a nightmarish scenario, tapping into a common traumatic childhood fantasy of nobody believing you or seeing the terrible things that are happening all around you. Obviously, the audience at this point understands that Susumu's mother is likely a demon who's stolen her identity after killing her, as has been established to happen in the Devilman universe up until this point. That's why her behavior has changed. But this demon is being slick, and is tricking Susumu's father into using the fact that he is indeed a child, and that children do indeed lie all the time, as a cover. It's literally a Butters grandma situation. How fucking terrifying. Susumu here is completely powerless. Tare then, with his big fucking brain, comes up with a solution. Susumu can come and stay at his place tonight. They're both floored by this brilliant plan and stroll off merrily, victorious singing, only to be cut off by the demon herself and the killer mutt. Tare at first confronts said malignant mother and that dastardly dog, but she plays it safe and denies all allegations, even having the dog display niceties towards Susumu in front of Tare. She explains that Susumu has to come home for dinner because his father has must come home early tonight so that they can all eat together for the first time in forever. Susumu, assuming his safety with his father home, plays everything off to Tare, saying that he made all that stuff up, and goes home with his mother, leaving Tare uncertain, and all by himself in the scary darkness to wander home. We stick with Susumu a little longer, however, and this side tale doesn't have a happy ending. He rushes in the front door calling for his father, but it was a trick. The father is not home, and his mother and the dog in tandem go into attack mode, chastising Susumu for blabbering and for, well, being human. But as Susumu is cornered, there's a call at the door. "Honey, I'm home." It seems as though his father has actually come home to save him. Susumu rushes over to the front door, but it's another trick. His father now has also been replaced by a demon, and now there's no escape for our new young friend. Then we are presented with this page, the aftermath of having no escape. Susumu's decapitated little head sitting there, blood splattered everywhere. The rest of his corpse absent. This is Devilman, and well, we kill kids now. It's a very final page. The last page of that scene, the last page of Susumu, our new friend we barely got to know. The black paint in the background of the page is slowly sliding downwards to fade us out, with the finalizing narrator's note indicating things getting worse in the Devilman world and in Devilman's war against the demons, as well as a time skip. Then we fade back into frame with this, my favorite manga panel ever. That tops off our dark transition into the second half of Devilman. Shit's about to get real. My dear readers, up until now you have had fun reading my adventures. You read of how after arriving at the gate of Ryo Asuka's home, I began my journey across hell, together with you. Up until now, you read the story of Akira Fudo. You thought you had nothing to do with this story. However, from now on, you too will start traveling through hell. From now on, hell won't just be my personal drama. All of mankind will be involved in this tragedy, and you are no exception. Hell is awaiting for you too, and you'll be... ... Fade out. Why the fuck is Devilman fourth wall breaking to threaten me? And why the fuck is it using Akira, our hero who stands for humanity against the invading demons, to do it? Don't do that. I don't like it. That look on his face as well? Why is he smirking at me as he delivers this message? His Devilman form frighteningly cascaded in shadow behind him. It's so off-putting and alien to who Akira's been up until this point and who he'll be for the remainder of the story. It's an out-of-character moment which deepens the fright, since Akira is our shield from all the bad things Devilman has to offer. He beats up the bad guys, he saves the day. So what's this all about? Fuck you! And why does this monologue fade out before he gets to his final point? Why the ambiguity? What are you scaring me for? What's going on? What's about to happen? Fuck you! And then mania ensues. And you understand Akira's warning. Devilman is a hell you'll never forget, whether it makes its artifice known to you or not.